How did you deal with the creepy teacher at your school? High school was going great until my senior year. I had my routine down. Classes, practice, homework, sleep, repeat. I wasn't just a good student. I was that student. Teachers loved me, never missed a day, never talked back, always had my homework ready. People didn't really notice me, but in a small town where everyone knows your last name, sometimes that's a blessing. Mr. Daniels was different though. He noticed me. A little too much. At first, it didn't seem like a big deal. He was my history teacher and also the volleyball coach. He said he saw potential in me, called me mature for my age, and wished more students had my drive. When he offered to help me prep for college apps, I felt lucky. I figured he was just doing what good teachers do. But then he started keeping me after practice for longer and longer. Most of the time, he'd talk about scholarships and how I needed to keep my image clean if I wanted recruiters to take me seriously. Then he'd shift. He'd start asking if I had a boyfriend and say things like, "Guys your age don't get girls like you." I didn't know how to respond to that. I thought I was being paranoid. I convinced myself he was just awkward or trying to be supportive in a weird way. That is, until he started messaging me from this private Instagram account. First it was, "Just checking in, coach style." Then it became, "I had a dream about you." Then, "You're making it really hard to stay professional." My chest tightened whenever I saw his name pop up. I blocked him. He made a new account, which I ignored too. He noticed. One day in the hallway, he cornered me between bells, real close, too close, whispered, "Don't make me regret fighting for that scholarship," then smiled and walked off like he'd just told me to study harder. I wanted to tell someone. I really did. I even sat in the counselor's office and laid it all out. She stared at me like I told her the vending machine stole my dollar, said not to confuse kindness for something else. The principal wasn't any better. He actually said, "He's been here 15 years. Maybe he's just trying to help and you're uncomfortable with attention." I felt like I was the problem. I started skipping practice, then class. My grades dropped. My mom said I was being dramatic, that I couldn't afford to throw everything away over some misunderstanding. Then came the worst day. I'd left my water bottle in the locker room and returned after everyone had left. He was there, leaning against the wall like he was waiting, told me he wanted to clear the air. I froze. He stepped in front of the door. He didn't touch me, but he got close, real close. Said, "You know this could all go away if you stopped acting like a victim." And he looked at me like he'd just offered a truce. I went home shaking. I couldn't even cry. I just sat there in front of my laptop and started gathering everything. Screenshots, those creepy DMS, even emails he'd sent from weird anonymous accounts. I put it all into a thread on a burner Twitter account. I tagged the school, the district, a couple local reporters. It went viral overnight. By morning, other girls had come forward, some current students, some who'd already graduated. Turns out I wasn't the only one. Just the first to say it where the world could hear. Mr. Daniels was put on leave that week. The investigation opened fast. The principal retired without a word. The counselor announced some early personal leave. Some days I feel brave. Other days I feel like a shell of who I used to be. But people look at me differently now. Not like I'm a problem. More like I told the truth when no one else would. I didn't save my scholarship. I might have lost more than I gained, but I kept something bigger. I kept my voice. And this time, no one could silence it.